This is how I check in with my student with the laughter at the beginning. Anyways, okay, focus. Welcome, Nanti. I don't know if we ever met around the school area. Have you ever seen me around?
No.
No?
Well, it's my first time.
Okay. Well, I just want to kind of introduce myself first before we get into the reason why you're here. I'm the school social worker here at the middle school, and I pretty much, do you know what a school social worker is?
No, I don't think we have school social workers in my country.
No? Okay. Basically what we do is we work with students, and if student is having any of issues like with grades, truancy, behavioral issues, if there's like conflict between other students or teachers, basically we're kind of there to support the kids and students overall to be successful in school and to have a positive experience, and kind of help them with everything they need. Do you have any questions about that?
No, not so far.
Okay.
Except that I don't know why I'm here.
Okay, yeah, it's understandable. Before I get to that, I kind of want to just explain to you how there's some rules here, which is maybe like confidentiality and what. Do you know? First off, do you know what confidentiality means?
No.
Okay. Well, basically, what it is whatever we talk about stays here. It's between me and you, and sometimes I take notes from my own, memory and stuff. Sometimes I get lost. So just to remember things, I take notes. And I also, but the only time I break that confidentiality is if you were to say, if you were talking about harming yourself, harming other people, or somebody harming you, like physically or mentally abused and, emotionally, whatever, then I would have to report that. Okay, so do you have any questions about that?
No, sounds good.
Okay, so I just wanted to review with that. So please feel free to kind of be open and, talk about whatever things that might be a problem to you. So I know that you kind of said, I really want to know why I'm here, and to kind of get to that, your teacher has recommended that I see you and talk to you about some of the behavioral things that she's been seeing with you. Are you aware of this, or?
No, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like they are singling me out, and they're constantly mad at you and say that I'm a bad kid and doing bad things in school, and say that to my parents, and my parents get angry at me for that too.
Okay. Why do you think they say you're a bad kid and you do bad things? Why do you think they say that?
I don't know. They think that I don't want to be in school. I don't want to do my homework or pay attention in class. But I disagree with that.
Okay.
And that's not true.
And that's actually some of the things that your teacher has said.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes you don't pay attention, and there's sometimes you being disrespectful and aggressive toward the teacher, and kind of you seem uninterested. I want to get your perspective, though. I want to kind of ask you, what do you think the issues are? What do you think, are you having a problem with the teachers? Do you feel like they're not understanding you? Can you tell me a little bit about what your thoughts on the problem?
Well, I don't know. I just feel, I'm new here, so I can't pay attention to class because it's all in a different language. So I don't understand what they're saying, and I also don't know about all these rules that they have for the class. It's hard for me to be focused in class, pay
Mhm.
attention, because I don't understand it. I try
Mhm.
to translate everything, and I have a hard time with that. And I feel if I in the like few times in class, I tried to participate in class and raise my hand and say a few answers, but the teacher didn't understand me.
Mhm.
I don't know. I feel like I look stupid in front of all the
Mhm.
class when I say something, and people don't understand me because of my accent.
Mhm. I completely understand. Um, yeah, that I think that's a very legitimate problem. And what I'm hearing you say is that sometimes you feel um, somewhat not confident enough to speak in class, and people misunderstanding you, your teachers misunderstanding you, and you're basically having a hard time understanding what's going on because of that language barrier. Um, have you have you ever taken, I don't know if you can you tell me where you're from again?
I'm from Ethiopia.
Okay. So and you speak Amharic, is that the
Mhm.
language? Okay. So basically, um, language is a barrier. I think that's something that we should definitely think about addressing, and there's a lot of resources that I am able to connect you to that you could use to kind of get that language support that you need.
Mhm.
When we, I wanted to ask you about how your interactions with your teacher. How is that?
Not good. I mean,
Okay.
I feel like they don't like me and
Okay.
don't respect me. And there was one incident that I didn't understand why I was sent to the principal. Basically, I didn't know the word for it, but I didn't know. I had hiccups in class, so I was like having all these hiccups in class, and the teacher asked me what was going on, and I tried to say it, and he kept on asking me, and like putting me under pressure, so I felt really unease and
Okay.
like put out there in front of the class. So I said in in Amharic like really loudly, and that's when I said that I was acting out and being disrespectful.
Okay.
But all I wanted to say is that I had the hiccups.
Okay.
So I
you
just
didn't
feel
know
like
how to say it.
yeah, and I just
Okay.
feel like that's often the time they ask me questions and I can't really answer because I don't know how to say it, and then I get nervous because I feel like I have to give them an answer and everyone is looking at me, so
Okay.
sometimes I feel forced to speak Amharic instead.
Okay.
Because
And then you just started speaking Amharic.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, again, I think what I'm hearing from you is that there's definitely a miscommunication. Maybe teachers not understanding you, not understanding your culture, and the reason sometimes why why they see those behaviors is not because you're trying to be disrespectful or you're not interested in the subject or whatever. You just kind of get frustrated because you're not understanding it. Am I kind of correct on that?
Yeah, that is basically the thing. I mean, you're correct on that. It's just they don't understand that.
Okay. Okay. So I think we basically from this conversation we had, we kind of now know what your perspective is on the conflict, and I got what the issues are from the teacher. And I think from my perspective, maybe I feel like a mediation needs to occur. I don't know if you know what mediation is. Okay, well, mediation is basically between your teachers and you. I'll be there to kind of mediate the situation and kind of lead the conversation, and basically kind of share what you have shared with me today with your teachers, and kind of letting them know that it's not that you're trying to act out, but it's more of the language issue that you're having. And so would you be open to that?
Yeah, I mean, that'd be good. I mean, then maybe I wouldn't get all these stupid reports from them anymore. My parents wouldn't be angry with me anymore.
Okay.
Because my parents think that I'm not, that I'm being a bad kid at school.
Okay. Okay. So I think we can definitely set that up as soon as possible, maybe even tomorrow after school or something. Kind of get your teachers together, and you being there, or do you feel more comfortable doing your one-on-one instead of having all your teachers there, so we can set up different time with all your teachers, or do you mind doing it just kind of all your teachers and you and me being there? What do you think?
Yeah, as long as they don't put me under pressure to
Okay.
speak English or say it correctly,
Okay.
I'm okay with that. I
Okay.
just don't want them to put me under pressure, and
Okay.
if I can, if maybe one teacher could be that speaks Amharic who
Mhm.
could translate
Yeah.
for me too.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
he
can
could translate for me.
Okay, I can definitely get a person for you. We actually have a worker here who speaks the language, so we can. I can ask her to come in during the meeting and kind of translate what you say back to the teachers, and so. Yeah, we won't have any problem with that. But any time between today and tomorrow, if you feel like maybe it might be overwhelming for you to have all your teachers there, you can definitely come to me in the morning, and we can kind of have. I can set it up where it's just one-on-one, so it doesn't become overwhelming for you.
Mhm.
So I think that's one thing that we can work on, just that mediation, and then another thing is that for your language, are you open to maybe after school? We have a class that teaches. It's called ESL, English
Mhm.
Second Language. I think, yeah, I think that's what they call it. So what it is basically kids, students who speak different languages who recently migrated to America,
Mhm.
and basically those students get these 45-minute English class after school. I think it would be awesome for you to go. It seems like you kind of want to get that support for your English. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. We can set that up if you like. Is that something that you want to do?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. So think moving forward, just to repeat, we'll do the mediation, we'll set it up for tomorrow, and I will get you the information before you leave for that after school English class. I think you would have to, I'll get you the information, and I probably would call home to talk to your parents about, first off, how do you feel about me talking to your parents? Is that okay? Is that?
Yeah, as long as you explain to them what really happened, just so they
Yeah.
don't get mad at me, because I know they think that I'm a bad kid and don't want to be in school and don't want to, participate in school.
Mhm.
I think it would help if they understand the situation more. So
Mhm.
if you could explain it to them correctly, like what is really
Okay.
happening, I would be okay with that.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I have no problem doing that at all, and it probably will clear up a lot of things,
Yeah.
miscommunication too, and, yeah, I can call them, and I can definitely let them know that I talked to you, and I kind of have, the teacher's perspective as well that I could share with them, and offer them that after school, English class, and hopefully you do need your parents to sign because it is after school and
Mhm.
you're going to be staying, so I'll probably just explain to them. Do they speak English, or would I need to get translated?
No, my mother not that much, but my father's pretty good.
Okay.
He went to university for a little bit and learned
Okay.
English there. So yeah.
Awesome. So I would definitely, so I'll call home after school today, talk to them, and if I feel like, you know what, maybe if this mediation doesn't work, and the behavior continues, and teachers are reporting back to me, then I probably will go for having a parent meeting, which means that your parents come in, you'll be there, and probably one or two teachers there, and probably just talk about what are the things that you really need to for support and for you to be successful in school. And at the end of the day, it's really supporting you and getting the education that you need so you could be successful in life. So it's just not for now. It's more
Mm.
of, you know, projecting to the future and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any question about what we talked about today? Do you know what the plan is going forward?
Yeah, I guess, how long how often will I meet with you? I don't know, how long is this office going to be?
Okay. I always, when I work with students, I always leave it up to them.
Mhm.
I always say, you know what, do you mind if I check in back with you next week? We're probably gonna see each other tomorrow because of the mediation, but I always, you know, with my other students, I kind of see, you know, I ask them, is it okay if I check in back with you next week? And usually they say yes. Some few they say no because they came in for small issues. But
Mhm.
how comfortable are you for me to check in back with you next week?
No, that's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So I could just kind of we'll do the same thing. I'll send out a pass and you can just come in and we can kind of see if how you felt about the mediation and if you started the English after school class. So kind of, we'll talk about similar things and how you're progressing. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. Do you have any other questions for me for today?
No.
Okay, sounds good. So, well, thank you for coming, Nati, and it was nice meeting you, and I will definitely get that rolling. All right?
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
You're welcome.
That was good.
Is it?
Yeah.